来我们是读经的时间。这一段经文是张伯母最喜爱的经文，在诗篇16篇5到11节。请罗维娜姊妹来念这一段的经文。
Listen to God's word. It's from Psalm 16, verse 5 to 11. Lord, you alone are my portion and my cup. You make my law secure. The boundary lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Surely I have a delightful inheritance. I will praise the Lord who consoles me. Even at night, my heart instructs me. I keep my eyes always on the Lord. With him at my right hand, I will not be shaken. Therefore, my heart is glad, and my tongue rejoices. My body also will rest secure. Because you will not abandon me to the realm of the dead, nor will you let your faithful one see decay. You make known to me the paths of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand. 诗篇16篇5到11节。耶和华是我的产业，是我杯中的份。我所得的，你为我持守。用神量给我的地界，坐落在佳美之处。我的产业实在美好。我必称颂那指教我的耶和华。我的心肠在夜间也警戒我。我将耶和华常摆在我面前，因他在我右边，我便不致摇动。因此，我的心欢喜，我的灵快乐，我的肉身也要安然居住。因为你必不将我的灵魂撇在阴间，也不叫你的圣者见朽坏。你必将生命的道路指示我，在你面前有满足的喜乐，在你右手中有永远的福乐。
张伯母有3个小孩，Christina，还有张嘉玲，还有 Linda。那他的儿子张嘉玲教授要来分享一下张伯母的生平，还有slideshow，我就这样时间交给你。
我母亲的生平，我们可以在这个小册子的最后这一页，我们可以看到。感谢你们今天到这个对视办。因为我们有在一起的有些或者可能有些朋友是不会看中文的，所以我把我母亲的生平就是简单的介绍一下。用英文介绍一下。Thank you all for coming to this gathering. This is a celebration of life, a celebration of the life of a brave and courageous woman who has spent her life in tumultuous times. My mother was born in the province of Shanxi, which is in western China. ancient capital of Xi'an. For those of you who have some knowledge of Chinese history, Xi'an, of course, has been the traditional and old capital of China for centuries, and she grew up in this beautiful city. She was born in 1923 in November, and she passed away on April 7th in her sleep, and she died peacefully, a great blessing to all of us. When she passed away, she was aged 87. She spent her childhood in Xi'an. She, as a young woman, she worked at various jobs. She worked at the Chinese Red Cross. She also worked at a telegraph company. And when she was 20, she was married to my father. They produced 3 children. My sister, Xiaolian. Xiaolian, would you please stand? Myself, Zhang Jianing, and the youngest daughter, Linda. She has 3 grandchildren. Brian Chang. Brian, please stand. Dawn, would you please stand? And Lynn. In 1950, my mother was joined with my father in Shanghai. Shanghai is, I'm sure we'll go over the slideshow just a minute later, but I wanted to show you where Shanghai is. Right. So from Xi'an, my mother and my father were joined in Shanghai. And from Shanghai, they went to Hong Kong, and in 1978, my parents became Christians. After my father passed away in Hong Kong, my mother came to the United States, to Davis, in 1993. She was a resident of Davis throughout the years that she was in the United States, and she lived in Davis for 14 years. And of course, during the 14 years, these are the years when she was acquainted with all of them, with the church and with all her friends in the United States. My mother has many hobbies. She enjoyed, perhaps most of all, gardening. The joy of seeing flowers and her oranges grow in the garden was a source of great joy for her. She also liked sewing. She also liked to read. And she read erotica in various subjects. A generous woman, she was selfless in her love of her children and was generous in her love for her friends. During the years when she struggled with her illness, when she broke her bone a number of times during the last years of her life, she was stoic. She rarely complained of her suffering. She tried to make her children feel comfortable while seeing her in her condition. She always thought of others before thinking about herself. She always had faith in the Christian religion, and we as children learned immeasurably from her experience, from the way how she conducted herself, from the way how she treated her friends and the way how they lived their life. Again, thank you for coming. I want to show you slides of her life as vignettes of a courageous and a generous life. These are pictures of her parents. This is my mother. You see how cute she was when she was a child. This is my maternal grandfather and my maternal grandmother and her siblings. There were 5 children, and my mother was number 3. And oops, back. And this is my mother, her other siblings. When I was going over the pictures, I learned anew that, for example, if you look at the couplets here, although we cannot see the same characters, what impressed me was that in this particular family, the couplets read something like, "The revolution is still continuing, and we still need to assert ourselves. We still need to fight for the revolution." That moved me a great deal. What revolution they were talking about, I was not sure, but I can imagine what revolution they were talking about. My mother, when she was a young woman, this is a picture of my mother with my father. Presumably they were dating at the time. A picture of their marriage ceremony. A picture with the eldest daughter, Chang. This was taken in a popular tourist spot in Hong Kong. We lived in Hong Kong for many years. My sister, my older sister was born in Lanzhou, which is a little east to Xi'an, it's around in this area. I was born in Shanghai, which is in this particular spot. And the whole family moved to Hong Kong. And this was a picture taken in the tourist spot. I was in the middle, and with my older sister. And this was taken in the campus of my elementary school in Hong Kong. Again, in the same elementary school. We had vegetable gardens. I remember growing vegetables in that garden, and it was part of the curriculum. This was taken during New Year. It was a New Year in our family, in our house in Hong Kong. I still remember this refrigerator vividly after all these years. I don't remember the doll, but I remember the refrigerator. With my father. My father loved bamboos. He once told me that he was reminded of the straight bamboos grow, this uncompromising spirit as represented by bamboos, that he was very fond of this uncompromising shape of bamboo. This another picture in our house in Hong Kong, cooking. Making dumplings. And with my younger sister, with one of her good friends in Hong Kong. This was celebrating Lynn's birthday. Remember Lynn? That was taken during the celebration of his birthday. She was three, yeah. They were traveling in Qingdao. Qingdao is our family picture. Brian, who played the clarinet for you just a moment ago, handsome little boy, Brian. And then, what's his name? This is taken in my younger sister's home in Los Angeles. I've often been impressed with a certain air of elegance in her. I've always thought that she has an unpretentious air of elegance. And this, I think, represents her well in this picture. With my sister's cat. It's too bad that the cat is not here today. Friends, I believe in this church. During the last 1 or 2 years of her life, she needed some support when she was taking a walk. This was taken when she was still healthy and was able to walk by herself. This is offered to Xiaoling, and we would like to take this opportunity to offer the same verse to you.